The magnificent ancient architectural complex located in the heart of Beijing is the world-famous Forbidden City. The Forbidden City was the imperial palace of ruling dynasties including the Ming and Qing dynasties. Its construction was completed in 1420. It has a history of around 580 years. The North Star was called the Crepe Myrtle Star in ancient China due to its constant position and the fact that it was surrounded by stars and purple air. The North Star was regarded as the Purple Palace, home to heaven and earth. Emperors, known as the Sons of Heaven, represented absolute power on earth. Therefore, the imperial palace of the Ming and Qing dynasties was called the Purple Forbidden City. The Forbidden City of Beijing. Hidden in mist, the Forbidden City looks like the celestial palace of legend, veiled in mystery. The Forbidden City, covering an area of 72 hectares, is surrounded by 10-meter-high walls and a 52-meter-wide moat. Watchtowers stand at the four corners of the walls. Within the Forbidden City are scattered large buildings and secluded courtyards, whose number totals 9,999, a number that stands for the long life and reign of the emperor. The palace's balanced and symmetrical pattern is closely associated with Chinese concepts of yin and yang. The golden roofs that symbolize wealth and red walls and columns that symbolize joy show the embodiment of the ancient theory of the five elements in the architecture of the Forbidden City. The two ends of the tops of the hall's roofs and the four corners of their eaves are decorated with animals. The interior's colored paintings and other forms of decoration are a perfect integration of practical function and decorative art, giving the complex a unified style and splendid and rich design. The Forbidden City was constructed under the order of Zhu Di, the third emperor of the Ming dynasty. The construction took a massive amount of precious wood and stone. The majority of the building materials came from distant regions and were transported to Beijing by waterways. There are 100 million of these bricks in the Forbidden City, each weighing 24 kilograms. The two stone pavements carved with dragons are 16.57 meters long and 3.07 meters wide, each weighing 250 tons. It took 28 days for 20,000 laborers To transport the pieces from suburban Beijing to the city's center, the laborers dug wells and poured water on the road from the place of origin to the destination in the freezing cold winter in order to haul the giant stone slabs over the ice. Wumen, or the Meridian Gate, is the main entrance of the Forbidden City. It is 37.95 meters high and the grandest of the palace's 4 gates. Its architectural layout represents the highest achievement in temple and palace architecture. The Forbidden City is composed of an outer palace and inner palace. The outer palace, covering an area of 85,000 square meters, is composed mainly of Tai Hedian, the Hall of Supreme Harmony, Zhong Hedian, the Hall of Central Harmony, and Bao Hedian, the Hall of Preserving Harmony, and makes up the principal area of the Forbidden City. The largest hall in the palace is Tai Hedian, covering an area of over 2,300 square meters. It is constructed on a 3-tiered balustrated terrace of white marble. According to feudal hierarchy, the terraces of the residences of the ministers below 3rd rank could not be higher than 0.6 meters, while the 3-tiered terrace of the imperial palace reached 26.93 meters, equivalent to the height of an 8 or 9-story contemporary building. On the terrace are pavilion-shaped incense holders, bronze cranes, and bronze tortoises, which served as ceremonial vessels as well as the symbols of eternal state power. Tai Hedian is imbued with a solemn and mysterious atmosphere. On the 7-tiered platform in the exact center of the hall stands the emperor's golden throne. The golden lacquerware throne is carved with coiling dragons and flanked by stoves, pavilions, cranes, and elephants. The golden throne is surrounded by 6 pillars entwined with coiling golden dragons pointing high up to the roof of the hall. Above the throne is a gilded ceiling with a traditional design of dragons playing with pearls. This pattern embodies the idea of feudal hierarchy and the supreme power of the emperor. Here, important ceremonies such as the accession of a new emperor to the throne and emperors' birthdays and weddings were held. This painting by a court artist depicts a grand ceremonial activity. The honor guard shown in this ceremony was called the Lubo. It came into being in 200 BC in the Han Dynasty and included as many as 20,000 people. At the beginning, the Lubo served only as guards, but its function gradually developed into a sign of the dignity of the emperor. Zhong Hedian, located behind Tai Hedian, served as the resting place for the emperor on his way to Tai Hedian before he assumed his daily administration of state affairs.